Well, welcome back to the channel, guys. Paladin Piper. Got the fire going. And had a few minutes to enjoy a pipe. And yet still getting texts every minute. And just because these are windproof doesn't mean they're directionally centered. Medico Crest Levitt with a half and half. Coming down to the end of this tub. These are like the never-ending tubs for me. Anyway, that's okay. I love them. So, wanted to get on here and do a couple of things. And the first is the most important part that I'm going to forget if I don't do it now. And that is 2 shout-outs to new channels. One is the Crusty Codger. And his link will be in the bucket below. And another guy is Pipe Revival, which he is also a codger. Shocker. Now, both good guys. Have been watching them since they began, and I think you ought to give them a look. Next part is every year around Christmas time, Matthew over at Picking and Piping does the Secret Santa. I've taken part in it, I think, almost every year. It might have been one year I sat out. That might have been the year that my dad was diagnosed with cancer, but anywho, he's doing it again. So hop on over to his channel and check out his video on the specifics of that. I know you got to get in at a certain time, and he'll email. I think you need to send him an email to do that. And I think if you want to get in on that, it's a certain time frame or whatever, because so that way you can get all your, eggs in a basket, ducks in a row. Ducks in a basket, eggs in a row before Christmas. So if you are even inclined whatsoever, I think the limit this year is $35, which is very modest, and I think that's a good thing, because guilty. I can go overboard on things, and I think, while all of us in the YTPC tend to be pretty generous, it's probably good to have a monetary limit. There we go. Finally got a straight hit. And the other thing I wasn't going to talk about, but I thought I'd talk about a little bit. By now, most of you probably know that a Scandinavian Tobacco Group acquired McBaron 6 months ago, maybe, somewhere in there. And McBaron has owned Sutliff for a long time. I think McBaron's owned Sutliff the whole time I've been a piper. So it's been a while. Well, anyway, if you haven't heard, STG has decided to close the McBaron plants, per my understanding, and also the Sutliff plants here in America. Of course, the first thing I thought was the people who work there, that means that they're out of a job. But then the second thing is that we will most likely lose quite a few blends. And some, I'm a codger, I love bulk stuff, I love the old recipes, you know that, guys. I that's where I live as far as in my head and my soul. But it still doesn't mean that you're not going to miss having the opportunity to try a lot of those match blends and things like that. Because I have a feeling several of those will go away. Now, who knows which ones, but I have a sneaking suspicion Heinz blend will probably be one that goes away. You know, I worry that like Revelation Match, Country Doctor, Eddie G, I couldn't imagine Edward G going away, but it may. Mixture 79. As much as I sometimes loathe that blend, I don't want to see it go away. Rum and Maple, you know, Sutless Rum and Maple Match is pretty good. This is all speculation bouncing around in my mind. So none of this is gospel, but, you know, and as far as McBaron, I mean, London Burley, I don't know. You know, part of me is like, well, were they doing these limited batches to kind of get some traction or to see, you know, how much people would buy it and how fast? To see if they want to keep producing it if they brought it forward. I can't imagine they would drop the HH line, but it's a possibility. I didn't think Lane would drop Ready Rubbed, and they did. But, as I've said before, because this has happened to me now multiple times in my short piping career, if you like a blend and you have the funds and you can get it, buy as much as you can. As Corvette Jim once said, until your floor sags. Trying to think of, I know there are a lot of products that McBaron makes. I think McBaron makes St. Bruno. Now that I think about it, I think they make St. Bruno. Can't imagine them cutting that either, but it's a possibility. I also read that I think McBaron has been focused on premium cigars, which I realize cigars kind of carry a company now because, you know, paying $20 for a stick versus, you know, if we pay $20, we're getting, you know, well, in the U.S., you're going to get a tub of tobacco typically. I know overseas you guys are different. But the other thing is if the blends don't go away, they may very well change. I have to say probably the most consistent two is half and half, and I'll go three. Half and Half Velvet and Captain Black Original. And when I say that, what I found in the new Velvet is it's just a little more of a throwback to the older Velvet, which I like. They didn't hit it so hard with the vinegar topping. So, you know, if you keep a pouch open or something, it'll evaporate. There's a little bit there, but it'll evaporate pretty quick. The new Captain Black, my buddy Hondo argues with me so much about this, but I think the newer Captain Black is better. I think it's a little cleaner and less soppy, because it's not propylene glycol laden anymore. I mean, it's a vinegar topping again, or a humectant. I use it as a humectant. And then lastly is Half and Half. However, I will say, and Half and Half same thing. It's a cleaner type of taste, a little more cranberry in it versus this is the old stuff. you know, which was definitely more licorice, and you could definitely taste the propylene glycol, especially if you first started. But the only other thing I'll say about STG blends, at least those particularly, if you buy them in the pouch, the nicotine is super high in them, which makes me think they are using enhancers on it, because I've had pounds of half and half, and it never bothers me at all. And I can pop the tub of the new half and half and it doesn't bother me. But if I pop a pouch, I may get in a quarter of the bowl and be just loopy. And I'm like, you know, and for a while I thought I was just having an off day with my liver and all the problems I have, but I don't think it's the case. Because it's been multiple pouches when I go back and forth. Oh, do y'all ever find that? Okay, that's all I was going to talk about. Give those guys a look. Check out Secret Santa if you're interested. We have had definitely a warm fall. I love cool weather, and I was hoping it would get a little colder, but cool enough for a fire, so I can't complain. All right, until next time, we'll see you very soon on another Paladin Piper video. Take care, guys.